So I'm Roadscape, and I've spent quite a bit of time planning basically what the future is for Steemit.com. And what it comes down to is, I explained a lot of this yesterday during the talk. Having the most powerful blockchain doesn't get you very far if people can't see that. And one of the concerns is a lot of people think that we need to solve, we need more features on the blockchain, we need more marketing, easier signups, but I think it all comes down to engagement. Communities has the potential to address all these core issues. And that's a lot of pressure for just an application. In designing communities, I was constantly asking myself value questions. What would a healthy platform look like? What does a moderation system which serves its users look like? And how do you shift Steam from a game people play to a way they interact with the world? And what is a community? A community is a group of people who share something in common: attitudes, interests, and goals. Communities offer the ability to work together towards a common goal. Some of the design principles I think are important. A solution would have to be open source, open protocol, self-governing, which is basically decentralized leadership. It has to be voluntary, and it has to have a fair and balanced moderation system. And it has to address the core issues of engagement. I found 5 primary issues. No gamification. Steam is a game. Games are fun. Good games are fun, fair, mostly, easy to learn, and rewarding to master. We need content discovery. We need to make it easy to find interesting content. And we need a homepage to be proud of. We need to empower leaders. We need tools to formally and efficiently organize, take responsibility, and create something you actually believe in. Everyone in the community wants to add value, and we have really, really rough tools. Another issue is noise and low-value posts. And this is what happens when there's no ownership and no responsibility or standards. It creates an environment for noise. And finally, general trolling and flag wars. This creates a toxic environment. Toxicity breeds toxicity, kills culture, and right now the platform keeps trolls well fed. Some of the richest levels of social engagement are found in free expression, vulnerability, non-judgment. With regards to flag wars, I think it's really important to destigmatize downvoting and decouple downvotes from post visibility. There's a few issues which are really just symptoms. such as people think Steam's too complicated. But really the only unintuitive thing is, why am I here? Where are my people? People think rewards are broken, that they say they're unfair, abused, and there's no incentive to vote honestly. Content discovery can do a lot to address this issue. Lack of marketing, again, is not going to get us far for a social network. This is a platform that could easily spread by word of mouth. And until we address retention, it's throwing money down the drain. And another big one is that people say there's no incentive to hold vesting shares. And the core value of Steam Power, I think, boils down to having influence and some bandwidth. Influence over social rewards, influence over witnesses and proposals. And if you have a vision for the platform, you would want influence. You believe in it, and you want to see, you want to have a positive influence on it. And the second one, bandwidth. I think everything boils down to resource credits. And right now, we have a few engaging games, but it's nothing that really gets people excited and get people using the platform. So I want to change that. An issue I consider to be second most important is onboarding, which a lot of people think is a primary issue, but we really need to address engagement first. And for onboarding, it's sign up. We just need to make it easy to sign up instantly and securely save your keys. Until this is addressed, we're potentially turning off users and making it hard for them to ever come back again. And possibly the biggest issue for onboarding is the first use experience. And I think to have an excellent first use experience requires having thriving subcultures on the platform. As I mentioned yesterday, my vision for communities, for Steemit, is to have a home for everybody and a community for all. I'm trying to figure out if this is the right time to do a demo. Okay. So I just want to mention, communities are deceptively simple. And it might not be clear right away what they're capable of. And it's not going to be clear to everybody until we have thriving subcultures. So what I'd like to do today, we've had a few beta testers. We found all the obvious bugs, and the system's been chugging along for a few weeks. But there's no real community that exists. So today I'd like to create the first actual community, which will be for STEEMFEST. And I'd like you all to join, try it out, click around, try to break things. And the beta is still closed, but please come and talk to me or somebody else after the presentation, and we'll get you in. it's struggling a little bit to connect to your network. Okay. Originally, I wasn't going to demo this, so this is just a bonus.
Slijt naar beneden, aan en uit. Hotspot op het tweede scherm.
So let's see. While we figure this out, I can just say a few words about where we're at. The closed beta is fully operational. It's a little rough, but fully functional. Right now, what needs to be done is to polish the front end. And a little bit of polishing on the back end, which will happen, let's see. Some of the good news, Communities is going to be launched on 3 UIs, Steemit.com, SteamPeak, and eSteam, and hopefully many more. The goal is to unite all the platforms and have a open protocol, open framework between them all. Another piece of good news is implementing communities on Condenser required cleaning up a lot of the technical debt. And this is going to make it easy to move forward with gamification features and fun games. So Condenser has been locked into an old, fairly monolithic API for 3 years, and that's prevented a lot of forward progress. So communities is the first big step forward, but it's also it creates the environment for many new features. Looks like we're up. Okay, so right now, it looks very similar to what we have today. And you can think of communities as a type of special tag that people can have some sense of ownership over. So right now, there's just a few test communities. My favorite is Windows 95. And some of the basic features is, you can see the leadership team is listed here. There's the owner account, there's me, the admin, and Firepower is a mod. And I can create whatever rules I want to create. In this one, it's no Windows ME allowed. And again, it's very similar to what we have today, but with a few key features. So here we see the communities that exist, and I'm going to show you how we create a community. This part has to be done through the wallet because it requires the creation of an account. It costs about 3 Steem. And it's been made as simple as possible because everything else is done through Steemit.com. I have securely saved my owner name and password. Actually, I'm gonna refresh really quick so people watching the stream don't catch this. Nah, that didn't work. Okay. No, I was securely saving my key, not projected to a large crowd. So it costs 3 Steem, about 50 cents. So what it's doing right now is creating the account, and it's setting me Test Safari as the admin, setting the initial title of the community, and also subscribing me to the community. No, this is in production. So it links you back to here. And okay, so we have I'm testing a new layout. Community member submitted a PR to kind of refresh the design and feel of Steemit.com. They're lightweight changes, but I think they make a meaningful impact. I have not had a chance to button up some of the issues, but I really appreciate him doing that. And I can't pronounce his name. In my mind, I read it as Kuchoi, but I think it's Kuo Hui. Does anyone know? So he sent me the pronunciation links this morning, but I didn't get a chance to. They're on YouTube and they weren't loading. But okay, so here's our community. And here's how you make a new post. You can see, so on purpose, I tried to reuse as much of the existing components on Condenser as possible. And so quite a bit of code has been cleaned up, which is paving the way to move forward. But a lot of the improvements are to the architecture itself. But for now, the UI resembles very much what we have today. The biggest difference here, it shows that you're posting to a community. And if you want to switch back to posting to your blog, it's kind of a little toggle. So anyway, it works like that. And it's going to take a few seconds for HiveMind to index this post and pick it up. So there's going to be a slight delay right now. Yeah, and there we go. And again, you can see here, this is the owner account that was created, and this account, for now, is meant to be just kept on ice. And everything else is done through your account, which is admin. From here, you can assign moderators. So if you go to Edit Roles, I can add a user like Roland. I'll set him as mod. I'll add Firepower as mod. And who else? Gandalf. Okay, and let's see. Let's take a look at my post. So I can set, as a mod or higher, you can set anyone's user title. So, what do I want to be? I'm just going to go with Bill Gates again. Wow, Gandalf, that was, whoa, nice. Well done. GTD, definitely blockchain wizard. And fundamentally, when human groups organize, everyone has a role and a title. It doesn't matter if it's a community, a volunteer organization, a business, a sports team. Everyone's got a role and a title. And maybe the titles mean nothing, but they're absolutely important. They mean everything. So let's see. Holy shit. That was very fast. So I'm really excited to get some people in here and posting. Let's see what it does. We found all the obvious bugs, and we need your help to see what's missing. There's a lot of features I'm just not going to cover because I think it's all going to hopefully make sense on its own. And you'll see that it goes deeper and deeper. And this has the power to really reshape how content curation works, how upvotes work, and even downvotes. Communities are deceptively simple, and I think they have potentially, I think they will have very big second and third order effects. We're not going to see them until people are using them. And I hope you all will help with beta testing, because this is critical. Just to show you, we have a few basic community settings. There's more in the protocol. But for now, title, about, description, flag text, and if it's a not safe for work community. In the protocol already is language, and this will make it really easy to organize local and language-based communities. For instance, if somebody is coming and we detect they're in Korea, instead of showing them the global trending page, we could show them trending among all communities. We could show them trending among all Korean communities. There's so many really, obvious features we can add once this is all populated. I think that's all for now.